Hey, good morning, everybody. Matt here with OddsJam, and in this video, just going to give you my favorite anytime touchdown scorer bets for tonight. So I'm just going to give you one for each team for the game tonight. This is obviously for Thursday night football between the Falcons and the Panthers. Just an electric NFC South showdown we have. And the only thing I'll say before I get started is if you want to just browse these odds for completely free, you can. Just go to sports NFL and choose the game, and then you can just pull up any market you want to see. Line shop for completely free. Pretty cool. It just gets everything on one page. So Falcons and the Panthers. The one thing I'll say about the game itself going into tonight is that the weather is supposed to be a factor. So winds I've seen from 15 to 30 miles per hour. I've also seen that it's likely going to be rainy. So to me, this feels like a game where, and this isn't the most groundbreaking thing anyone's ever said, but lean on the rushing attack. Both of these teams like to lean on the rushing attack regardless. So I think they're just going to be doing it even more heavily in this game. Now, the last time these two teams played, there was like an insane amount of scoring, which is not likely, I don't expect for tonight. So the under is probably a play here. But I'm just going into this wanting to just have it be understood why I'm kind of leaning towards the rushing props. The only thing I'll say is in terms of like scoring and stuff, wind is a bigger factor than rain. I've done the research and just looked into it, and the wind is a much bigger factor to limit scoring than rain is. So we'll have to monitor the wind as the day goes on. But regardless, and this is going to be chalk, my favorite player on the Falcons is going to be Cordarrelle Patterson to score. You can get him at plus 110 odds on a decent amount of books. BetMGM, Betfred, FanDuel, and DraftKings. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this one in on Betfred at plus 110 odds. Let me just go ahead and lock this in. Just a half unit play on this one. That one has been locked in. So we can chat about this one for a sec. So I mentioned the fact that I'm leaning towards this being a rushing game. So Cordarrelle Patterson missed about a month, 5 weeks, something like that with injury. Came back last week, his first game back, ran for 2 touchdowns. Now he wasn't super efficient. He ran for like 44 yards on 13 carries, something like that. So it wasn't actually a great efficiency game, but the fact that he got all the goal line carries, scored twice in his first game back, obviously bodes well. Even though this is a short week, doesn't scare me off. And the Falcons, even if it was a perfectly fine weather game being played in a dome, the Falcons are the most run-heavy team in the NFL. Even on negative game scripts, I'll never forget a game against the Bengals. They were losing the entire game, literally the entire game, and they only had their quarterback throw 11 times. They're just not going to throw. It's not what they do. They're going to run the ball a ton, and getting Cordarrelle Patterson back, something that the coaching staff loves. Arthur Smith loves to run the ball. I think he's a great bet. So if you agree with me on the Cordarrelle Patterson anytime touchdown, just make sure that you are checking out your sportsbooks and getting the best odds. So for my Falcons play, Cordarrelle Patterson. Next up, the player that I like to score the most for the Panthers is Deonta Foreman. Another play that's probably a little bit chalk, but he has been pretty good as a runner since they traded away Christian McCaffrey. He's got 3 games now. Let me just go ahead and lock this one in. 3 games now where he's looked pretty good. Last week was a rough game for the Panthers against the same Bengals, funny enough. But the 2 weeks prior to that, he had a great game against these Falcons 2 weeks ago. The week prior to that, he had a great game against the Tampa Bay Bucks, who have a great run defense. So he should be able to the Falcons have one of the worst defenses in the NFL, so he should be able to see a ton of success. It is confirmed that P.J. Walker will be starting this game, even though he just got benched in his last game. So regardless, I expect the Panthers, same thing, even in a neutral game script, a neutral weather game, normal, good weather game, love to run the ball. So to me, tonight has a night where we should be backing the running backs. So that's why I like Cordarrelle Patterson and Deonta Foreman as my anytime touchdown scorer bets for tonight. So if you are tailing these, comment on the video, let me know. Other than that, would appreciate it if you could like the video, subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel, all that stuff. But that's all I got. So appreciate you guys watching and have a good one.